What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about this. Ooh, that is an ounce of silver. We're going to talk about silver today because it's doing something exciting in the markets and I'm playing it as a trade. Now, whether you're holding the actual tangible silver coin or not, 1 ounce coin, or, maybe you have a bar or something, you can also play it in the stock market with a spot ETF called SLV. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. This is something I talked about 3 months ago. And I was watching these charts and I said, hey, be watching this. I think it's going to break out at some point soon. You may want to, follow it and then take a position if it does. Now, here's that discussion. I'm going to pull up the same charts now, and we're going to go through those to see where they're at. I haven't modified them at all. These are the same charts that I used back then. Now you just get to see whether or not this is working. Before we look at these charts, I just want to remind you, none of this is investing advice. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you what I'm doing, and then you can decide for yourself if you think that's a good idea or if you think I'm an idiot. Last time we looked at gold, we were in this range, and I was saying I think it's going to move up and then break through. Now it went down first, but then it came up, ripped through here, and now it's just been going to new all-time highs. Today we're over $2,300. And as I'm recording this is Thursday, April 4th. So we are at what is currently the all-time high, over $2,300 in gold. Now, silver, we talked about this last time with silver. I'm going to zoom out on this chart a little bit. With silver, we were in this wedge, and we just kept trading this wedge. It was just bouncing and bouncing and not really going anywhere, not doing anything. And all of a sudden, we broke out of this wedge. Now, this goes way back. All right. So here we go. Here's the wedge that it's been trading in. Okay. Boom. Trading here. Trading up. So we have the previous low and the previous high. And we're building this wedge in between. It's coming through. It's bouncing a bunch. And now, boom, it's exploded out and is no longer restrained in that range. So now as I zoom in on this, you can see that basically in the month of March is the last day of February through yesterday, and you can see that it's a 21% increase on the value of SLV or silver. This isn't the SLV chart, but it's the silver chart over that time. Now SLV is just a spot ETF on silver, but you're going to see that in that time we've had a 21% increase. That's a nice move. Overall on my silver, I've been kind of dollar cost averaging in, so I'm up a little over 10% right now, about 11% on my SLV. But still, the point being, in this 1 month, we've seen this big explosive move. Even if you're not interested in the short-term play, I think owning some physical silver is worth considering. I'm not going to get into the history of the purchasing power of the dollar, but I just want you to see the general trend. If you look at this chart, you can see that at the top here, things are looking good. We have like normal purchasing power, and over time with the creation of the Federal Reserve and the printing of money and the removal from the gold standard, that the value of your dollar has just gone in the toilet over time. Now I say that because if we go back to the silver chart or the gold chart, these metals basically work as an inverse of that curve. So as your purchasing power falls in the dollar, your value of your gold is going up as an inverse relationship, right? So as you lose in the dollar, you gain in gold. Really, you don't gain anything, but it protects your purchasing power. So whatever you can buy today with the money you use on gold, eventually you can sell that gold back for whatever same purchasing power. It's going to be a lot more dollars, but it's going to buy you the same amount of stuff roughly. So if you were to buy gold today, an ounce of gold might buy you, let's call it 2 months of groceries. Let's say your grocery bill is $1,200 a month. That's pretty high, but let's say that's what it is, and it's going to buy you 2 months worth of groceries. You buy your ounce of gold instead of buying your 2 months of groceries, and you put it into a safe. So now you get 50 years down the road, and you're like, okay, I need 2 months of groceries. I don't have the money for it. I have this ounce of gold. You're probably going to be selling that ounce of gold for 5 figures, right? It's probably going to be like, all right, well, your ounce of gold is now worth $20,000, but it's still going to buy you 2 months worth of groceries. Groceries will just be $10,000 a month at that point. Whereas if you just hold a wad of cash, if you hold $2,300 and groceries go to, $10,000 a month, now you have a quarter of a month of groceries instead of 2 months of groceries by holding the cash instead of the gold. Hopefully that analogy helps a little bit. That's the basic concept behind owning a precious metal. So if you want to actually, for the long term, try to protect your wealth, there's some value in owning some gold and silver in order to do that. What we're talking about is more the trade side. This is one where when it moves, it tends to have some big explosive moves. So you can see in gold's history, we have a rip and then it drops, and then a rip and then it drops. And right now we're just starting another rip and eventually it'll drop again. So the goal here with the SLV trade that I'm on is to try to chase this rip, sell somewhere near the top. You know, you won't catch the top perfectly, but sell somewhere on the higher end and then allow it to fall back down, watch it for a while, and when the next rip comes, try to be in on that one as well. Once I do make some money on this, I'm going to be off the silver trade at least for a while, and I'm going to move back into investing that into dividend-paying businesses. So hopefully the profits from that can buy us even more stocks for the portfolio. Hey, thanks for being here today, and if you want to get the most recent update on the account, I'm going to recommend this video right here. You can give it a click. This is my most recent update on what I'm doing in trading. Thanks for being here. See you next time.